Dear all, greetings. Today we will discuss about pharmaceutical quality system. This pharmaceutical quality system is ICH Q10 guideline. The abbreviation of ICH is International Council for Harmonization of Technical Requirements for Pharmaceuticals for Human Use. This abbreviation is old one and need not to be discussed. These ICH guidelines are also known as tripartite guidelines, as in the harmonization of the guidelines, three countries, European Union, Japan, and USA, are being involved in the harmonization of guidelines. Hence, these ICH guidelines are also called tripartite guidelines. From 4th June 2008 onwards, the ICH Q10 guideline is its step 4 version and is recommended for adoption to the regulatory bodies of European Union, Japan, and USA. The ICH guideline has been developed by the appropriate ICH expert working group and has been subject to consultation by the regulatory parties in accordance with the ICH process. At step 4 of the process, the final draft is recommended for adoption to the regulatory bodies of the European Union, Japan, and USA. Now we will discuss about ICH expert working group. ICH expert working group is established for each technical topic selected for harmonization. Different types of working groups are informal working group, expert working group, implementation working group, discussion working group. First one is informal working group, responsible to finalize a concept paper as well as developing a business plan for the topic selected for harmonization. Second one, expert working group, responsible to prepare the guidelines in line with the objective captured in the concept paper and business plan. Third one, implementation working group is responsible to develop the question and answers to facilitate the implementation of guidelines. Fourth one, discussion group is responsible to discuss specific scientific consideration and views linked to ICH reflection paper. Reflection paper intends to express the ideas for potential future harmonization of work. The presentation contents are as follows: Pharmaceutical Quality System, Introduction, Scope, Relationship of ICH Q10 to Regional GMP Requirements, ISO Standards, and ICH Q7, Relationship of ICH Q10 to Regulatory Approaches, ICH Q10 Objectives, Achieve Product Realization, Establish and maintain a state of control, Facilitate continual improvement, Enablers, Knowledge Management, Quality Risk Management, Design and Content Considerations, Quality Manual. Pharmaceutical Quality System Introduction. In this first para, the pharmaceutical quality system also refers to the ICH-Q10 model, and the effective quality management system is capable to fulfill the needs of customer as well as regulatory requirements. Now, the definition of pharmaceutical quality system: management system to direct and control a pharmaceutical company with respect to quality. So, what's the meaning of direct in the definition? Management is responsible to set the standards for quality. What's the meaning of control? Monitor the quality results against the standards. If any improvements required, appropriate actions to be implemented by the management as necessary. ICH Q10 is based on ISO quality concepts as well as GMP regulations. And there is a word ICH Q10 complements with ICH Q8 as well as ICH Q9. What's the meaning of complements means? We can say this ICH Q10 completes Q8 and Q9. In another way, this ICH Q10 enhances the ICH Q8 and Q9 activities. And one more way also we can say this ICH Q10 facilitates in achieving the potential benefits of ICH Q8 and Q9. We have to know that this ICH Q10 model is applicable through the different stages of the product life cycle. Now, in this case, what is product life cycle means? uh, Based on the technical activities which are being performed in that particular stage, product life cycle has been divided into four categories. First one is pharmaceutical development one, second technology transfer, third one commercial manufacturing, fourth product discontinuation. And also much of the content of ICH Q10 applicable to manufacturing sites is currently specified in regional GMP requirements. And ICH Q10 is not intended to create any new expectations beyond the current regulatory requirements. Consequently, the content of ICH Q10 that is additional to regional GMP requirements is optional. According to this guideline, if the GMPs which are being followed in regional GMP requirements that can fulfill the requirements, and this ICH Q10 guidelines will be considered as optional. And ICH Q10 demonstrate industry and regulatory authorities support of an effective pharmaceutical quality system to enhance the quality and availability of the medicines around the world in the interest of public health. And there is a one more important point. Implementation of ICH Q10 throughout the product life cycle should facilitate innovation and continual improvement. Innovation means doing the things in different way or by using a different new technology the activities will be carried out. And there is a one more important point. ICH Q10 strengthen the link between pharmaceutical development and manufacturing activities. Part of scope of this guideline applies to the systems supporting the development and manufacture of pharmaceutical drug substances and drug products, including biotechnology and biological products throughout the product life cycle. This guideline applies to throughout the product life cycle. As part of development stage, ICH Q10 guidelines should be applied. During manufacture, we will apply ICH Q7 and regional GMP guidelines along with ICH Q10 guidelines based on the applicability. The elements of ICH Q10 should be applied in a manner that is appropriate and proportionate to each of the product life cycle stages, recognizing the differences among and the different goals of each stage. The elements are the major components of the ICH Q10. These should be applied to each of the product life cycle stages. There are four elements in ICH Q10. First one is process performance and product quality monitoring system. Second one, corrective action and preventive action system. Third one, change management system. Fourth one, management review of process performance and product quality. For the purpose of this guideline, the product life cycle includes the following technical activities for new and existing products. The first part of the product life cycle is pharmaceutical development. As part of pharmaceutical development, the following technical activities will be carried out. First one is drug substance development, formulation development, including container closure system, manufacture of investigational products, delivery system development where relevant, manufacturing process development and scale up, analytical method development. During this stage, we have to achieve the product realization. Product realization means whatever the product we have produced, its quality should meet the intended use of the patients as well as regulatory filings. Second stage of the second stage of the product life cycle is technology transfer. The new product transfers during development through manufacturing, transfers within or between manufacturing and testing sites for marketed products. The third stage of the product life cycle is commercial manufacturing, which includes the following technical activities: acquisition and control of materials. Acquisition stands for procurement of materials, and these materials should be tested for its compliance status before release. Provision of facilities, utilities, and equipment. All the equipments, utilities, and facilities should be installed and they should be qualified for its intended use. Production. The material should be produced according to the approved procedures, and the produced material should be tested at quality control as per according to the approved test procedures and assured for its compliance status, followed by release, storage, and distribution. During this commercial manufacturing process, we have to ensure that the process performance is achieved by producing the intended quality of the product. The final stage of the life cycle, product discontinuation. As part of product discontinuation, the following procedure should be established regarding the retention of documentation, sample retention, continued product assessment and reporting. Continued product assessment and reporting includes stability and product quality complaints, CAPA management system, change management system handling as applicable. Now, Relationship of ICH Q10 to regional GMP requirements, ISO standards and ICH Q7. As we know that ICH Q10 is based on, or we can say the foundation for ICH Q10 guidelines are regional GMP requirements, ICH Q7 guidelines, and ISO quality management system. What ISO stands for? International Organization for Standardization. To meet the ICH Q10 objectives, as well as to enhance the GMPs, ICH Q10 describes specifically quality system elements and management responsibilities. What are the objectives of ICH Q10? The objectives of ICH Q10 are: first one, achieve product realization; second one, establish and maintain a state of control; third one, facilitate continual improvement. Next, ICH Q10, as we know that this is applicable throughout the product life cycle and is intended to be used along with regional GMP requirements. Now, as we know that most of the regional GMP requirements are not specifically address all stages of the product life cycle. For example, product development requirements are not captured in the regional GMP guidelines, or we can say requirements. The purpose of implementation of quality system elements and the management responsibilities are intended to encourage the use of science and risk-based approaches at each life cycle stage, thereby promoting continual improvement across the entire product life cycle. Next, relationship of ICH Q10 to regulatory approaches. The regulatory approaches for a specific product or manufacturing facilities should be commensurate with the level of product and process understanding, the results of quality risk management, and the effectiveness of the pharmaceutical quality system. The effectiveness of the pharmaceutical quality system can be normally evaluated during the regulatory inspection. ICH Q10 objectives. Implementation of the Q10 model should result in achievement of the three main objectives and enhance the regional GMP requirements. The ICH Q10 objectives are: achieve product realization, establish and maintain a state of control, facilitate continual improvement. The first objective is achieve product realization. To establish, implement, and maintain a system that allows the delivery of products with the quality attributes appropriate to meet the needs of patients, healthcare professionals, regulatory authorities, nothing but regulatory filings, and other internal and external customers. So, what is achieve product realization means whatever the products we manufactured, its quality attributes should meet the needs of the patients. That stands for achieve product realization. After achieving the product realization, the second objective is establish and maintain a state of control to develop and use of effective monitoring and control system for process performance and product quality. Now, we need to develop the effective monitoring and control systems for what? For process performance and product quality. How these monitoring and control systems will be developed? By using the quality risk management, we need to identify the monitoring and control systems. After implementing this monitoring and control systems, we can assure that the continued suitability and capability of the process. The third one is facilitate continual improvement. Though the system is in state of control, we always look for continual improvement to identify and implement appropriate product quality improvements, process improvements, variability reduction within the batch as well as between the batches, innovations. Innovations means to implement effective new model of systems and pharmaceutical quality system enhancement, thereby increasing the ability to fulfill the quality needs consistently. Quality risk management can be useful for identifying and prioritizing the areas for continual improvement. Now, to achieve the objectives, so I have told quality risk management. Here also I have told quality risk management. This will act as enabler to fulfill the, or we can say to achieve the ICH-Q10 objectives, as well as QMS elements. QMS elements are also helpful to achieve the objectives. Along with the management responsibility is helpful to achieve the ICH-Q10 objectives. Enablers. Knowledge management and quality risk management are integral part of the pharmaceutical quality system. They act as a catalyst to implement ICH-Q10 effectively and successfully in the achievement of the ICH-Q10 objectives, and these enablers are also will facilitate science and risk-based decision related to product quality. First one, knowledge management. Product and process knowledge will be achieved throughout the product life cycle. Second one, uh, during development, the implementation of science-based approach provide knowledge for product and process understanding. Third one, knowledge management definition. What is the definition of knowledge management? Is a systematic approach in acquiring, analyzing, and storing and circulating the information related to products and manufacturing process and components. The source of knowledge include but are not limited to. First one is prior knowledge that is public domain or internally documented, pharmaceutical development studies, technology transfer activities, process validation studies over the product life cycle, manufacturing experience, innovation, continual improvement, and change management activities. This is about the knowledge management. Second enabler is quality risk management. As we know, quality risk management is an integral part of pharmaceutical quality management system. It can provide a proactive approach in identifying the potential risks, and these potential risks will be scientifically evaluated and controlling the potential risks to quality. Quality risk management facilitates continual improvement of process performance and product quality throughout the product life cycle. ICH Q9 quality risk management provides principles and tools for quality risk management that can be applied to different aspects of pharmaceutical quality. Design and content consideration of pharmaceutical quality system. Whenever an organization is developing a new pharmaceutical quality system or modifying an existing one, the following points to be considered. The first point, pharmaceutical quality system should be well structured and clear to facilitate common understanding and consistent application. Second, with respect to point number B and F, the pharmaceutical quality system should include the elements. The details of elements are process performance and product quality monitoring, corrective action and preventive action, change management system, and management review. And their applicability is also to be included in pharmaceutical quality system at each product life cycle. Next, the size and complexity of the company's activities should be taken into consideration when developing a new pharmaceutical quality system or modifying an existing one. This we have to consider. Whenever the PQS is being modified or whenever the PQS is newly developing, you have to consider the size and the complexity of the company's activities. Your pharmaceutical quality system should include the principles of risk management. While some aspects of pharmaceutical quality system can be company-wide and others site-specific, the effectiveness of the pharmaceutical quality system is normally demonstrated at the site level. Point number D. Your pharmaceutical quality system should have the procedure for management of quality of the outsourced activities as well as purchased materials. What is purchased materials? Purchased materials means which we will procure from outside, generally raw materials. Whereas the outsourced activities means the activities conducted, or we can say the activities performed at contract acceptor under the written agreement with the contract giver. Next, your pharmaceutical quality system should include the responsibility of the management. Next, last point, performance indicators. What are performance indicators? Measurable values used to quantify the quality objectives to reflect the performance of an organization, process, or system. Performance indicators are also known as performance metrics. Uh, these should be identified and used to monitor the effectiveness of the process within the pharmaceutical quality system. A quality manual is the prime document of the organization. Quality manual should include the description of the pharmaceutical quality system. The description should include quality policy. Regarding this quality policy, first point, quality policy should be established by senior management. Established means the quality policy should be accepted, or we can say acknowledged by senior management. Second point, quality policy describes the overall intentions and directions of the company related to the quality. Third point, quality policy should include the commitment for comply with the regulatory as well as customer requirements and should facilitate the continual improvement of the pharmaceutical quality system. Fourth point, the quality policy should be understood by personnel at all levels in the company. Fifth point, quality policy should be reviewed periodically for continual improvement. These are the points we need to cover as part of quality policy. Regarding the scope of the pharmaceutical quality system, in quality manual, we have to say what is the introduction of the pharmaceutical quality system, what is the scope of the pharmaceutical quality system, who are responsible for implementation of the pharmaceutical quality system, the pharmaceutical quality system process, as well as their sequence and linkage. This quality manual should also include the management responsibilities. And in this one point is to be clear, the process maps and flowcharts can be useful tool to facilitate depicting pharmaceutical quality process in visual manner.